Hey y'all, this your girl D Gem, and Jews are expensive. I got a little bit of light in my way. I'm trying to figure it out. Hey y'all, this is your girl D Gem, and Jews are expensive. So I did want to get on today and talk about the agenda topic. I think I talk about it in a lot of my videos, and I wanted to express what I meant about having an agenda. So an agenda basically is a list of things that need to get done. So we all have our different agendas as far as our career, as far as our children and family life, as far as ourselves. And there are goals and milestones that we want to meet in order to achieve our agenda. And there is nothing wrong with that. I have all encouragement to give you if you are trying to succeed and you are trying to build your agenda. What my problem is that we all have agendas and we all have plans, but yet sometimes our agendas and our plans definitely collide and crash into everybody else's, if that makes sense. So what I'm saying is what did you subscribe to for an agenda? I know I do talk about relationships a lot, and that is one of the biggest things that I have that is like a failure in my life, because sometimes it just doesn't work out the way that I think it's going to work out, and I might even express to that person what the agenda is for the relationship, but unfortunately it just doesn't work that way. So my thing is, coming up here and speaking about the agenda is nothing wrong with having an agenda, but can we also understand everybody else's agenda, and do they really want to sign up to it? Also, sometimes people have hidden agendas and they'll yes you and say, oh yeah, I'm with it, exactly what I was planning on doing. In the back of their mind, they have their own thing that they are really subscribing to, and it has nothing to do with the agenda that is going to build the relationship or build up a business or build up cohesiveness, togetherness. It's more like, I just had an agenda that I wanted to have sex with you, or I just had an agenda that I just wanted to get this one thing from you, and I'm not really signed up for your agenda. And I feel like it should be a give and take. If you have an agenda and you're collabing with someone else, then they have to meet you in a compromise some way. Like, the agenda can't just be, unless that's what you signed up for, the agenda can't just be, I'm gonna make sure you have your shit and you're good. You know, some people can do that. Maybe they're in a place where they can just sign up for the agenda that another person is, wanting or needs. That's not so crazy and out of line, but I think a lot of relationships and a lot of people, they are saying, this is what I want, this is what I plan, excuse me, and you meet up with someone else and it's like, you explain to them, this what you want, this what you plan. They have their own agenda. Maybe they have not expressed it, or maybe they're just guessing you, which is a pretender situation. But then later down the line, you find out that you wasted your time subscribing to somebody else's agenda and not really for getting the fulfillment from yours. We definitely have to do our due diligence to make sure that we understand before we get into a situation with any, and mind you, when I say with any, I mean any business, any personal, anything that you feel like your agenda is very important and you don't want to subscribe to wasting your time on something or with someone that is not gonna fully portray what you're looking for in the program of y'all collabing. So like I was saying, we have to invest our time before we decide to fully go ahead with a collab or an agenda. We have to invest our time in making sure that the opposite person has the same agenda and is on the same page. They understand what you're fully trying to say, and they have subscribed to that. And I really, right now, contracts are coming up in my mind, because if it's something that's business, then you can always build a contract that says, all right, I'll set up this part of the agenda for the plan if y'all have a like-minded business or a like-minded program or plan that you're trying to execute. Then that's when a contract needs to be involved. A contract is going to see out that both parties are doing everything that they plan on doing. And I mean, not petty nitpicking. You have to really, really fully understand what it is that you want in your contract and make sure that everything is aligned with what you're looking for. Can we build a contract for personal relationships? No. But in the same sense, I think that if you really, really look at a person and not just hear their pretending story of, yes, I want to do everything that you say. Yes. Right? Really looking at the person, really giving it time to kind of play itself out, and also looking at their character, going off of your intuition and past experience is important. Not to the point where you have baggage and you're just dumping all your fucking garbage on everybody else, but really healed and able to have a very good, intelligent, mature conversation with someone, and then waiting to see where that person is very important before you signed up for the agenda that they are trying to get you to sign up for, or that you both are collabing together to be a part of. So you might have your own agenda and he might have his own agenda, or however it works, because we have so many different relationships. I always speak about woman and man, because I'm not in a relationship, or I'm not seeking out another woman, so I don't know how that works, or other genders. So I always speak upon a man and a woman, but this all relates to as a whole of whatever you're personally trying to do. You want to make sure that agenda is definitely something that is, clad tight, meaning you've taken the time to invest in that person. You understand what it is necessary to complete, or to compromise, or to be in a situation with another person that's not going to derail you from your agenda. It's not going to be so negative and toxic that you've fallen off or you lost yourself. If anything, when people have two different agendas and they're trying to come together because they feel like they will be suited for each other, it's never a negative, toxic thing. It's always, all right, I know that you need this, I'm going to do this, and vice versa. And then the play of, because in that, with the compromise, there's a play of weaknesses and strengths. So I feel like with the agenda, the person that you're aligning yourself with might be strengthful in something that you're not, and you might be strengthful in something that they are not, and that's how the agenda kind of links together. But if you see a situation where it's all negative, or there's a lot of red flags, why would you sign up for that agenda? Why would you play a part into something that is going to derail you and take energy from you to get what you need to get done? Because eventually the universe will send you the people that you need for the agenda that you are trying to complete, to execute. So it's nothing wrong with passing up a situation where the agenda is not aligned. I think a lot of times we kind of just settle oh, this sounds like they on board. And I've done it myself. I've settled for situations that have really caused a lot of pain, money, time, energy that I was not really ready to give. And the reason why I say this is because I wasn't in a place to give what I gave from that experience, but also then I have to get back on course. So is it bad that if we hold our agendas and covet our agendas and our purpose and our plan so deeply that we'll give it away to someone else? Or is it that we hold our plans, our agenda, and our purpose so deeply that we're willing to be alone for a period of time until the right resource comes from the universe? So if we have the right resource that will enter into our lives and we've denied ourselves the instant gratification of signing up for someone who actually is not on our agenda, then we've had time to at least keep planning for our agenda, keep doing the list of things and details and making it so much better for when the right time comes. And that's divinity. The divine right time comes that you have the resources that you need. So I say this to say, let's think about our agendas. Let's not build relationships that are based upon what we think is going to go our way, the potential. And that's very hard because I've looked at a lot of situations in my past as potential. And sometimes potential does not plan out the way you want it to plan out. So you have to look at what the person actually really hard, concrete evidence has to offer and is willing to give you and will show you good faith in doing that, and not their potential of what they could do. And in business, of course, get that contract, please, because, you know, at the end of the day, no contracts mean you wasted all this time thinking that, you know, you and the other partner was like-minded and you guys are not. So make sure you put in your contract everything that you want, because at the end of the day, you're looking for a successful relationship with a person that is the other business partner, and you want to make sure that you have a tight bond and collaborative effort. But personally, when you look at potential, which I've looked at potential with a lot of, you know, personal relationships, and I saw what they were lacking and what they could be and how that could serve my agenda. But what they were lacking would not serve my agenda. The potential was if they were willing to be what I thought in my mind that they could be as potential. If they were willing to go towards from their lacking standpoint to the potential and building a better collaborative effort. That doesn't always work out good, guys. I'm telling you. It doesn't always work out good because sometimes people want to be who they are. And whenever you're looking into a situation where it's just potential and you can see, you have to really go back to what is hardcore, which is the actual things that you see that are who is what they're made of at this time. Now, if they're in a place where they have room to grow, then you need to allow them to grow. Don't get into a potential situation thinking that you can change somebody to fit your agenda and then you'll fit their agenda. Let them do the work, because if you do the work for them, there is no value in that. They're not going to value you because you came up and said, oh, let me help you do the work. They have to put more effort into the work that they have to do to the potential area. And then on top of that, who's to say your particular potential is the potential that they want to be? So you have to give, when it comes to potential and agenda, and somebody you feel like will suit, they really have to be on board for that. They really have to be on board, and you have to be on board for their agenda as well. It can't just be one-sided. But if they see themselves in a different way and they view themselves characteristically not going toward where you're talking about, the potential, then you have to let them grow and do that. So I say, don't get rid of your agendas. Don't get rid of your plans. Don't get rid of your purpose. But work on it as much as you can, because sometimes maybe even our agendas is what is in our mind, but the universe is taking you to a different level. And then wait for the resources. Don't try to fit pretenders and fake people and agendas, or not agendas, but potential into an agenda that you can solely work on until the universe says it's time for you to have the resources. So let's think about that, guys. I love agendas. I think agenda is a big topic and can go a lot of different ways than what I've even expressed today. This is your girl D Gem. You know what? I would also like to convey to like, subscribe, comment. Let me know how you feel. I would love feedback. And jewels are expensive. Let's work on our agendas.